Welcome back, everyone, to Line All Fiends Podcast. This is episode 71.
Woo!
Biggest Gamer.
Adam Moore.
And today we're going over one of the classics we got on here, damn Reincarnation.
We see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, yes.
We just caught up, we didn't fully catch up, but we're at 500.
Mm-hmm.
And the end is in sight.
Yep. And they put it on Wish World 625.
They did.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. When did they put that up?
I have no idea. I just looked at in the About section. It says novels finished 625.
So what are we doing? 50, 50, and 25, or?
I feel like we should do
60 and 65.
Yeah, that might be better.
Okay. All right, but before we get too deep in that, next week we're going back, Immortal of the Ages. It's been months since we read that. I can't wait to read that.
Me too. It's back.
And we're reading from 210 to 270, right? Mm-hmm. So we're doing a solid 60, even though it's like 500 something. We'll catch up sooner or later. And yeah, Immortal of the Ages. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Alright, we're back to Damn Reincarnation. This was the saga of the Spectre.
Yes, the Spectre. That went crazy, man.
So we saw the Spectre just before. He met Molin. He fought Molin. And then after that he spies on Sienna. Mm-hmm. And then after he spies on her, he goes to the Black Lion Castle. And literally just pisses everybody off. He went over there, released his power, fought all of them, but not really, because he was so much stronger than everybody at the castle that he was just kind of like releasing his aura. Is kind of how I thought of it.
Aura plus 10,000.
Yeah, he was just releasing
everyone with aura.
Yeah, and everybody, but he didn't kill a single person.
Yeah.
And then he just left. Well, before he left, Sienna showed up, and they fought a little bit, and then he left. Sienna couldn't tie him down. And we also find out that Sienna's she's past the ninth circle, or her eternal hole.
Trying to become the magic goddess.
Yeah, she's on her way. She's basically it's something called absolute decree. And it's anything she decrees becomes true. Mm-hmm. And it's in the process right now.
Sounds OP.
Okay. I feel like today, honestly, is going to be shorter because
the details. It's because there's a lot of action.
Yeah, there's a lot of action, and we can't give you that.
Yeah, we can't describe it to you.
But there's a lot of theory craft that we can do today.
There is, mostly because so much happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then we go to basically Eugene shows up to the Black Lion Castle. He's pissed. Mm-hmm. He's like, yo, what the heck? Everybody's just kind of wrecked, and he was like, this man showed up in my house? In my house? He's pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, and he felt like he was being mocked by the Spectre, because he's just like, oh yeah, I showed up. I could have killed everybody, but I didn't. I just showed you what could have happened.
Facts.
And it was just like, Eugene was very angry, felt a little powerless, because it's like, damn, I wasn't here. And then obviously everyone else felt powerless because Carmen. I forgot, because the Spectre is the incarnation
of destruction.
So he has that fear factor that was, on everybody's ass.
And he's clearly stated to be stronger than the prior three demon kings of cruelty, carnage, and Fury. And he's stronger than Iris, who was a demon king as well. So he's stronger than a regular demon king, but not as strong as a great demon king, because he already got bodied by the demon king of incarceration. So what's that city? The capital of the desert. It's important.
It's Hauria.
Hauria.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Spectre is basically doing all this, so we find out, because he's trying to help Eugene make this war even bigger, so that he has not bigger, but he basically allows Eugene to have a reason to do this war. Because as of now, Amelia, the staff of incarceration, which the staff got changed during these 50 chapters. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, me neither.
They changed it to Bloody Mary at the end from Vladimir.
Yeah.
I thought Vladimir was so much cooler.
Yeah.
So Emilio was starting this war in Haria, and it's the capital of Nahama, I believe that's how you say it, and that's basically the desert kingdom. And she was already like, what was it? She was like the kingdom witch.
Yeah, she was basically the real ruler, but like she was the puppet master.
Puppet master, yeah. And she had already started kind of gathering demons here based on what our girl Melkith did back in the last 50 chapters, where she ranked, I think, the 23rd or 32nd ranked demon.
Yeah.
Somewhere around those lines. And she was already gathering people, and then the Incarnation of Destruction, the Spectre, helped Eugene give it like a bigger reason. And also, he brought every single huge high-ranking demon from
from the island, like
Ravesta.
Yeah, Ravesta. Yeah.
The island of destruction, and basically like there's centipede mountains that are like ginormous.
Yeah, well, centipedes that are as big as mountains.
Yeah, and they're literally said to be as big as mountain ranges. Covered the whole city, and basically all these ginormous like demons and devils. He was like brought them all over. So
yeah, so there's a huge amount of demons that are ready to start the war, and he's trying to give Eugene that spotlight to showcase himself being the hero, but he obviously had his own hidden ambitions because he ended up...
I don't even know if they were hidden ambitions.
Well, I mean, we didn't know until
he told
us.
Okay, yeah. I guess he has his own... I think it's like hidden ambitions kind of seems like he's trying to do something sly, but it wasn't sly at all, you know what I mean?
Well, actually, the probably ulterior motives.
Ulterior motives, yeah. But one important thing before the fight starts is that the Spectre actually releases all the civilians in Haria. He's like, get everybody out unless you want to stay. So basically, he's letting Eugene not have to play like a hostage situation. It's like there's only demons here. Like, just come in and like fight.
Yeah.
And also on the way back from Black Lion Castle, the Spectre gets intercepted by the great Demon King of Incarceration. And Incarceration basically shows him the truth of back in the day of what's everything happened. And at the time, we don't know what it is.
Yeah. And then afterwards, he meets Vermith.
Yeah. Yep.
Who's chained up in a area that's described as there's a bunch of marks of like that look like sword slashes, and he's kind of just sitting on top of them, chained up.
I think he was on. They said where he was. Oh, he was at the location where Agaroth first fought, or when he fought the Demon King of Destruction, and he left injuries on the Demon King of Destruction. Yeah. That's where Vermouth was. That was pretty big.
Significant. So there's always some significant reason why he's stationed there or captured there.
So then this fight starts out, and before it starts, we get like an epic like lineup like name drop.
Oh yeah, how we do.
And it was like
for the human race.
Yeah, it was like Carmen. Oh, first off, the dwarves made like everybody Exeeds.
Yeah.
Exeeds are not like. There's not 3. There's like hundreds now. The white lions all have them. The black lions have them. Gilead has one. You know, Cyan. What's her name? Ciel. And the one for Eugene. Eugene doesn't want it. I was shocked. I thought it would at least like improve him a bit.
Yeah, but he was like, this is useless.
Yeah, he gave it to Alabaster. Is his name, or Alacaster? Alacaster, which is the strongest knight of the Kale Empire. That's not a Lionheart. Which is the Kale Empire is where the Vermouth estate is in. Yeah. It's in the Kale Empire. So we get him. He shows up. We get Ortis from the Shimuan Kingdom. We get, I forget the guy's name, but from the rainforest.
Oh, the Samir.
Is it Ivan or Ivac?
Ivatar.
Say it again?
Ivatar.
And we also find out Eugene thinks he's the great warrior.
Yeah, that was also with him back then.
So that...
I don't think he Jinx, I think it was like pretty much confirmed that he is.
Yeah, and then so pretty much confirmed he's a Great Warrior. We get Carmen. She's at 8 stars now.
We get the Beast Kingdom.
The Beast Kingdom, and the Beast Kingdom's king shows up personally.
Yeah.
Who else was there?
I mean, the White Dragon Knights.
The White Dragon Knights, the Black Dragon Knights. Oh, that mercenary guy. I think his name is Ivan or Ivac. I'm saying that again. What's his name?
Ivar.
Ivar. I think that's the mercenary king from Shemuin.
Yeah.
He shows up.
Brought the mercenary guild.
The mercenary guild and all those guys. We have Aroth shows up with.
Oh yeah, all the magicians.
Melkith, which are the Tower Masters. That's the White Tower Master. We have Lovely and Red Tower Master. Balzic shows up, Black Tower Master. Yeah. I think his name is Jericho. I forget his name. The Green Tower Master that got wrecked before.
The former Green Tower Master.
What's his name? Is Jer or something?
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it's the J though. Yeah, it's close.
Jer or something. He got wrecked. And then the Blue Tower Master that is so irrelevant that I don't even know if they said his name.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, they heard him.
I don't think they said his name.
No.
So we have all of the Tower Masters showed up.
Nah, they heard him, man.
With obviously Sienna at the lead.
The Holy Empire.
The Holy Empire of Yura shows up.
So you have the Inquisitors that Raphael
showed up. The leader, he's the Crusader, I think they call him. With his divine steed Apollo, which is a Pegasi with 6 wings, which is 6 pairs of wings.
No, I think it's
3 pairs of wings.
Yeah, 6 wings.
Yeah, and it's like Debo as hell. And then there's just a bunch. That's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and right before this though, before this whole lineup thing happened, Eugene actually tells Gilead, basically everybody he tells Gilead, Ciel already knew, Cyan, Genos already knew, Carmen, and the elder of the Council of Elders of the Lionhearts, which his name is escaping me, but he's Carmen's little brother. Who else was there? I think that was it. And he told them all that he is Hamill's reincarnation.
Yep. So that shocked everyone. They're like, "What's going on?" And obviously they started thinking about the time when he was acting like a kid.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
"Oh, Gerhard was there. His father."
Well, yeah.
He's important.
The patriarch.
Yeah. No, not the patriarch. His
actual dad.
Yeah. Gerhard.
Yeah.
Not that's Gilead.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else was there? Gion or Gion, which is the Gilead's younger brother.
Yeah.
Oh, and Scylla.
So they were all shocked.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of awkward after that.
But they were like, as soon as he said it, like they couldn't even deny it. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. This man's way too like
he loves Hamill.
Yeah, and he's also just like a prodigy beyond the ages.
Yeah, like they're just like, are you even human? It's like I am. Just have certain memories. Too many memories.
Yeah, and so everybody showed up. Oh, also, Avatar. How do you say that? Is that it? He also told Avatar that he was Hamill. And he told him because Eugene kind of got an inkling that he could have been the Great Warrior. So he said it to like kind of gauge it, and Avatar didn't really like. It didn't hit him. Didn't resonate. And then Eugene's like maybe. That's why I said maybe, but it was pretty much confirmed.
Yeah.
And they showed up and they showed out and they just started going at it. And honestly, Eugene just kind of they let the beginning of it all just Eugene kind of show off.
Yeah, it's like let me start this bitch up.
Yeah, like Amelia had a secret weapon which she thought was gonna go hard. She was like, "Oh, this guy right here, he's gonna be my ace in the hole, my trump card."
Nope.
She resurrected the king of the giants, Gamash.
Yes.
And he was stronger than back 300 years ago. He was stronger. They didn't say about how much, but they said he was definitely stronger than he was back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And Eugene just sliced him up like
tofu.
Yeah, pretty much. He was a fish in the chopping block.
And it wasn't part because everybody was charging to Haria, and like they're in flying steeds. Ramiro was there in dragon form, flying towards the city. Everybody's going, and Eugene's like, "Let me take the lead real quick. I'm gonna kill him before you guys even touch the city." And he goes ahead of everybody and kills them within like 25 seconds, maybe. And then they're still like flying towards the city, and he's like, "Y'all a little slow. Like I've been cut this man up." It was insane though.
It was, because then afterwards is when they focused on the barrier that was shrouding the city, because you couldn't actually see inside because it was dark. Ramiro tried to show off with her fire breath, did nothing. Felt bad for her.
I honestly thought it would do like a ripple.
Yeah, that's all. They said that's what it did.
Did it a ripple? I thought it didn't even ripple.
No, it did ripple.
Oh, okay,
they're just like, oh yeah, nothing really happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, you hold her.
Yeah, because I thought, she's a dragon, a little bit. Nah, nothing.
So, like, she's a weak dragon.
Yeah, she is.
And then afterwards, everyone, the holy priests decided to pour all their holy magic into Eugene's sword.
Yeah.
And he slashed that bitch right open.
He didn't one-shot it, but he was able to tear it open with one shot, but it wasn't destroyed in one shot.
Yep, and then they poured more in. And then, actually, no, he one-shot it, or no, he hit it before that, and then afterwards, everybody was just like, more power into his sword.
And they wrecked
it.
then
he used the moonlight sword, and then he superimposed with the empty sword.
Yeah, and with the holy sword.
Yeah, and then it was just like, I kind of thought of it as like, it gets good tension. I was just like,
and he destroyed it. And they also hyped up the Centipede Mountains like crazy.
Bro!
And Eugene clapped it in like a quarter of a chapter. I think here, these 50 chapters, they really hyped up the fact that Eugene is stronger than he was ever at his peak. He's stronger than Vermouth was at his peak. He's stronger than that whole party was at his peak. They made it very clear, this man, if he fought any of those Demon Kings right now, he would he single-handedly kill them.
Yeah,
all three of them.
I just wonder, because I don't think he's not stronger than Agarroth, because obviously Agarroth is
No, I don't think so.
It's just like, will he get to that point?
I think he's gonna need to, at the very least.
Yeah.
And so they made it very clear he's stronger than any of the Demon Kings. And they were just hyping him up like as though like the light was blessing him. Like they also said the light that he had, the blessing of the light, his holy sword was shining brighter than Vermouth ever did. And that was like a really key point. And it was so strong that when he destroyed the barrier, it was like a holy thread of light was just hanging above him.
Yeah.
From like heaven. That like the God of light is just like, I'm always with you.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
It was ridiculous.
They were really putting like the hero, man.
Yeah, the
hero halo on him. And then afterwards is when he started, going rampage throughout the city. He caught up to Amelia Merwin. Those chapters, they tortured her, and that was tough to read.
It was brutal.
I was like, damn.
It was like maybe it was the same exact length as the other chapters, but I felt like it was one solid chapter of torture.
Yeah, I felt really long.
Yeah, it did.
But she got her just desserts.
She did, and I'm not gonna lie, it felt very deserved.
It was deserved. 100%.
Like it wasn't there was never a time where you felt sympathy.
Yeah, because Amelia Irwin was like scum of the scum.
Yeah, she deserved it.
And then afterward, so he chopped both her legs off, and then her left arm, and then Alfiro, the vampire comes out. This was just sad.
It was dumb.
I was laughing when I read this. I had to go back and read it. I was like, did that really just happen?
I couldn't believe he did what he did. I'm like, are you lost?
Arthur was home.
Yeah.
So basically, because he's like the strongest vampire, and he channeled all of his dark power and like basically like did like a bloodline ignition.
Yeah.
And then Eugene just used a little bit of his dark flame power, just like tapped him. He died.
It was like
because also just kind of is like his powers like so concentrated like that like a little extra will like collapse him, and that's exactly what Eugene did. Just a little extra power and he collapsed. He couldn't even.
It was honestly so sad for him.
Eugene was pretty good. He was just like, "Why are you here? Do you really think you can kill me?" And he was like, "My loyalty to the Demon King." And Eugene was like, "Okay."
Boing, boing. As we got Amelia actually was able to escape due to that vampire guy showing up. Not really. Eugene kind of was just like, "Alright, I'm done. Like, I got my revenge." And then
she ran into Hamoria.
Yep.
And then Hamoria tortured her a little bit.
Yep.
And then she brought her to Sienna.
Even though she thought she was escaping.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's giving me safety. She's giving me safety.
No, she brought her to Sienna. Yeah. And then Sienna, Millie kept it. She didn't want to die because that's like her like base instinct is survival. Yeah. So Sienna just took her soul out, and so they're just gonna torture her soul.
Yeah. And here we have into the entrance of the city. Eugene starts making his way over to the Spectre, and this is when we get kind of like the other forces and what they're doing. And it was pretty cool seeing Gilead like fighting. And before he went in, there was like a touching moment with Cyan, and he's like, "Are you nervous, Cyan?" And he was like, "Yeah." And Gilead's like, "Don't worry, I'm nervous too. Mm-hmm. Watch my back, son."
Yeah,
I love that line. And then they went into battle, and because Gilead's like, "I've been a patriarch of peace. Like I've never seen a war. Like I've barely seen battle. You know, like actual like life and death battle." Mm-hmm. And so to see him, like, just that line was so good, bro. I loved it.
Yeah. And then Melkith, she's shining. Bro.
Yeah, she went crazy.
She was shining. Her power. Honestly, she's OP. She is OP. She's 4 Spirit Kings like contracted to her.
You gotta lead up to it, bro. Like it was fantastic.
Actually, you build that.
Yeah. Okay. So, bro, they're charging in, and the White Tower mages can use their own spirit power and their own spirits to augment the Omega Force, right? Is that what it was originally called? Yeah. The Omega Force of Melkith with her 3 Spirit Kings and her 4th air spirit that's not a spirit. It's like an intermediate spirit. And she's going in and she's like, just all of the spirit mages have their like power onto her, and she feels her like her limits expanding, mm-hmm. And she finally is like,
"Oh, that was hilarious."
Yeah, she was like, she felt it. It was like a barrier broke, and she was like, "Tempest, come!"
And the Tempest was like, "No!"
He was like being dragged to his fucking death, and she was excited, and then she just pulled up the 4th Spirit King and named it the Ultimate.
I thought it was Union Force.
Union Force. And it was just epic. She literally, like, I think honestly, she's so strong now that I think the Sienna of like when they were going into Babel, like their final, like when they lost and they had to make the oath, I think she was stronger than her back then.
I could see that.
Because she has 4 Spirit Kings. Like they haven't really talked about the Spirit King of Water if it's a thing, but I'm assuming that's the 5th one.
Yeah. Like
she's actually like. They were saying that any demon that's not like a duke, like she's probably clapping.
Yeah.
Like she's all, like it's weird to say, but like she's kind of at Eugene level, but not at all at the same time. Why I say that is like Eugene basically said the only people I have to be wary of are the 2 dukes and the 2 demon kings of destruction. Other than that, nobody can touch me. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, like while they are drastically different power levels, I feel like she's the same.
Yeah, I think so too, because she just has so much power. Like, also, she's very diverse in her power. So it's like, she can... It's just crazy that the author created a side character with this much kind of like OPness.
But she's so fun too.
She is funny.
And like, honestly, I think if I would be able to participate in like this type of war, I think my favorite person to be would be Malgith, because she's in a super giant form using the power of the spirits.
Yeah, she's just
punches and kicks, and they're sloppy.
Yeah,
because she doesn't know how to do martial arts. And I'm like, this would be like my way. This would be so much fun. She's pump stomping basically.
Yeah,
she's just pump stomping demons like left over. She's literally no competition.
And it's funny because she was like, maybe I should learn martial arts.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, yeah, that would kind of be crazy. I feel like they'll make it way more OP.
And it's funny, everybody's reaction to her power up, they were like, oh no. Like, not this lady.
And they're just like, why did are the heavens unfair? Why did they make her the most powerful wizard of our time? Like in her era.
Yeah.
Or her generation.
Yeah. Everybody was so pissed. Like, they started comparing the other archwizards, started comparing their signatures, so their ultimate spells, to hers. And like, Loveland was like, wow, I ain't shit. And then the Blue Tower Master was the most funny, because it was basically, I saw a comment.
Oh, yeah.
It was all for one versus one for all. Because the Blue Tower Master, his thing is he can just buff all of the people around him.
Yeah.
But Malkith is like, all the power is concentrated on her. And he was like, I feel like I've wasted my life. Yeah. Honestly, he does get shit on because they always say that, like, Balzic could have been the Blue Tower Master.
Yeah.
But he decided that he didn't want to be capped at like the 8th circle, so he went to become the Black Tower Master, so he can get more power. So they kind of always make it seem like he got that as like, there's nobody else.
Yeah, that sucks. And it's also like your power. It only works for the Blue Tower wizards anyway. So it's like you couldn't even do that for everyone. If you could do that for everyone, then maybe you could have like some dignity.
Yeah.
But just your own people.
Yeah, he was pretty sad here.
Yeah.
Everybody was like,
they
were like, wow, Malkith, why'd it have to be her?
Yeah.
Because they're like such a crazy lady.
But
she's so strong.
They said we can't make her mad anymore.
Yeah. And so that was, let's see, was there anybody else that had anything really notable that was happening with them while that fight was happening? Oh, Sienna was helping everybody fight because Eugene was like, I'm gonna like, not 1v1 because he had the support of the priests to heal him, but pretty much 1v1 the Spectre because he wanted Sienna to like help everybody, so that not a lot of people would die. So she was kind of in the background. I kind of don't like that. How about you?
Yeah, I thought she was gonna make more of an impact. I didn't think he would just fight the Spectre alone. I thought it would just be her. It would be Eugene and Sienna getting healed by Anise and Christina.
Like, I understand why they did it. I've seen through the battle and everything, but like, I really hope it doesn't continue.
Yeah, I hope, because like when they fight the Demon King Incarceration, like that's not gonna be 1v1.
And like even like when they fought Iris, like she was nerfed in the area, she was injured, so like she was just like full on assist, and I think she's always been full on assist when they're fighting Demon Kings, but at least back then they made it seem like she was like more. She was participating more. Yeah. Here, I felt like she was such a like. She felt like a priest, you know, like just buffing from the side.
I see that. She's like a bard.
Yeah, like a bard, and it's like she's like.
I need to be a black mage.
That's what they said. Not a black mage because it's black wizards.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah.
But I get what you mean. Like
fireball.
Yeah, like meteor.
Yeah.
Like everything, bro. Like give me the works. You know, like
give me the magic. Give me the magic fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. And like, it's not happening with her, and I don't like it, and I hope it doesn't continue. But I understand why they did it here, and they nerfed it last time, so I guess it's just kind of like grievance on grievance. Yeah. But like, I get it. And then we had the fight with the Spectre.
Yeah, let's say, I know one of the Woosh World comments I told Zadmar earlier. They said, author, romance. Your action scenes, S tier.
S tier. So right before we get into this, Norgabella and Gavin.
Linsan.
The Blade of Incarceration.
Yeah, they're both watching the war.
Yeah, the Duke and the Archduke.
Yeah, up in the air.
They're watching from the sky. And Eugene and the Spectre start going at it. blah blah blah. We can't go into the fight scenes because like we just can't do it.
Just say it was epic. I kind of, the way I imagined it, I kind of imagined it similar to like Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of the way I imagined it.
Yes.
Or with the way they were fighting with their swords and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was one part though that did go crazy. Was when Eugene was pushing back the Spectre, and all of a sudden the Spectre was like, he got information, and he suddenly started fighting like Vermith.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So Vermith started teaching him. He taught him the White Flame formula and his fighting moves.
I don't even think he taught him. I think he kind of just like imparted it on him.
Yeah, he was just like, you know it now.
Yeah.
So he immediately 10 stars.
Yeah.
White Flame. I was like 10 stars.
And we finally got confirmation because I've been saying Vermith had 10 stars back in the day, and I never could fact check it. They just said that he had 10 stars back in the day.
I thought we did fact check it, but I guess not.
I don't think we ever went back to actually look.
Yeah.
But like I was like 90% sure they said that.
Yeah.
And we got another confirmation here. But yeah, he pulled out the 10 stars, and the White Flame formula, and then Eugene, with the power of miracles, was able to get a 6th layer of the empty sword, the Moonlight Sword and the Holy Sword, which was insane. That empty sword is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like Alacaster is just like thinking he hit the peak.
Yeah, he saw that and he was like, damn, my empty sword ain't shit.
Yeah.
He was like, I gotta work hard to make it better.
And like the Holy Sword from Eugene is like, it's going crazy. Like like they always said that Vermouth, whenever he used the Holy Sword on like regular demons, but when he was fighting Demon Kings, he always used the Moonlight Sword because the Holy Sword was kind of chips.
Yeah.
And I was like, that ain't the case with Eugene.
No,
the power that the Holy Sword has now, with the God of Light, like it seems like the God of Light's like right behind Eugene.
Yeah.
Like my son. Like not even my son. Like my incarnate. He wants him to be like his incarnation.
Yeah.
You know, he gives everything to him. So like the Holy Sword, it was shown to be like on par with the Moonlight Sword.
Yeah, it was going crazy.
And I was surprised, like with the way Eugene can handle the Moonlight Sword. I think he can handle it as like when he fought Iris, like when he went berserk. I think he can like. I think that's like base now.
Yeah.
So that was some big stuff. And like mid fight, they're going at it. They just stop. She's like, hey, stop. What are we doing?
Yeah, because throughout the fight,
the
Spectre was shit talking.
Yeah.
He was so funny. He was just like, it's not enough.
Yeah.
You're not strong enough. I was like, damn, okay, he's really playing the villain role. And Eugene was just pissed. He was like, can you shut your mouth? He's like, you're not. Like, why do you look like he said it the way, why do you look like you have a tragic backstory?
Yeah.
I started dying. I was just like, what is this battle?
I just imagined him like crying the whole fight. Like, you know, like those memes, not those memes, the mimes.
Oh.
I was imagining them with like a crying emoji face, and that was him the whole time he was fighting. But yeah, Eugene was not having it.
Yeah, so what was the other thing? Because they were talking throughout the fight a little bit.
Well, you gotta go into what the Spectre said there when they stopped the fight.
What? I was trying to remember if he said something before.
Oh, before? I think before, actually, he let him know that, like, he did do it. We actually forgot to say it. He did do this, like, he set up the war for Eugene to win. Like, to come in here.
Oh, yeah, we actually skipped over. Yeah, so his original purpose was to set up Eugene for the win. And then he met with the demon king of incarceration. And then, obviously, when he got flooded with those memories before he met Vermith, he decided he was going to actually kill Eugene if he could.
Yeah.
And we find out why when they stop fighting here, which is he finds out that the Demon King, anyone who's killed by the Demon King of incarceration, they can't reincarnate.
Yeah.
So he said if Eugene goes and he's not strong enough and he loses, it's over.
Yeah.
He can't reincarnate, and then no one can like stop the cycle of destruction that happens every time the Demon King of Destruction wakes up.
And they're basically kind of making it seem that out of everybody who's alive, Hamill, Agaroth, Eugene, he has the strongest, biggest chance of being able to kill the Demon King of Incarceration. And so that's why you can kind of understand both sides, because the Spectre's like, also another big thing is the Spectre is one of a kind. So there's been many eras, and an era is like basically a lifespan of a world until the Demon King of Destruction destroys it. And the only thing that survives is Demon King of Destruction and Demon King of Incarceration. Everything else gets blown up. And then everybody reincarnates, except the people who the incarceration has killed, so he gets their souls.
Yeah.
And so, with that, Eugene has been like getting stronger through each reincarnation, like gaining more skills. And we can also kind of see here that the goal for incarceration is probably to like get everybody who's strong get their souls, and once he does that, he's kind of like surpassed everybody in the world. Like nobody else can fight him. And here, like you get to see both sides. The Spectre's like, I'm one of a kind. I've never been seen in any other era, and I won't be seen in any other era after me. I'm one of a kind. I'm stronger than the Demon King. Not as strong as Demon King of Incarceration. He's like a good like middle point. He was like, if I go all out, I can maybe injure him, but that's as far as I can go. And so if you can't even kill me, then there's no way you can fight him. So like, I'm just gonna kill you now, if I have to, so that you can reincarnate again and get stronger.
Yeah. He also did leave out one thing, because he said like even if Eugene killed them both, that wasn't the end of it. But he didn't elaborate after.
Kill who?
Both the Demon King Incarceration, Destruction.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't elaborate. That was in his thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, his whole thing was like, maybe this isn't like it, or maybe this era might not be meant to be.
The era in which you killed the incarceration.
Yeah, and then he also said like they told him to make the choice.
Yeah.
The Demon King of Incarceration and Vermouth, because they were just like, we'll give you the power, but it's your decision to choose what to do with it. So he decided, you know what, I'll take this chance to test Eugene, and if he can't do it, let it end.
So they were fully, even though they like kind of became like not friends, but like they were like, we can see each other's sides. It just helped them fight even crazier.
Yeah, because so Eugene thought that was the wrong conclusion. He thought like, one, he doesn't really have the right to decide that, and two, he thought if it would feel like everyone else's sacrifice would be meaningless from the previous eras if he just kind of gave up like that.
And also another one was like, if I just get killed right now, what are you gonna do after this? And the Spectre's like, I'm probably gonna kill everybody else so that they can reincarnate too. And he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen. So those were kind of the big things. And Eugene was like, I don't even know if I would be stronger again. For example, like he was Agaroth, he was definitely weaker than Hamill.
Yeah.
And now there's Eugene, who's probably gonna be stronger than both of them. So like, if he reincarnates again, is it gonna be another like Hamill one?
Yeah.
You know.
Also, this was set up perfectly for him to remember.
Yeah.
Just because he dies doesn't mean he'll remember again.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he was Hamill, he didn't remember Agaroth. And there was probably a bunch of reincarnations in the middle there.
Yeah.
I doubt there was just like Agaroth then Hamill. So they have that kind of like back and forth, and then they go at it again. And this time, their fights or their strikes are so strong. It's like sending them into another dimension. It's like breaking space around them.
Yeah, because actually before they start talking, they broke space.
Yeah.
Or there was a hole in the sky, and then they were talking, and then they started getting even more dangerous. And Eugene cut off his connection to
the priest.
Yeah, so that way he was just like one-on-one.
Yeah, and they just went at it. And they both popped ignition at the same time.
Yeah, I was like, and we saw the image on the
bonus images were awesome.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So they both popped ignition at the same time, and they just started going at it.
Eugene was like, I'm Hamill.
Yeah.
Told everyone.
Well, that was, I didn't, oh yeah.
No, I thought he said
that's when he popped, he didn't tell everyone, but he popped ignition, and because Norga Bella already knew,
yeah.
Well, the Blade of Incarceration Gavin didn't know, when he popped the ignition, he's like, I'm Hamill. And then Gavin's like, what? It was funny. And then he looked over to Norgabella, and this was actually important right here when he was about, the Blade of Incarceration was about to be pissed and look over. He's like, I know you knew. Why didn't you tell me? He looks over, and Norgabella's like in a whole other world.
Because she remembered her memories of being the Twilight Witch.
Yep, and that was like, she finally like just, it all hit her all at once, and she was just going through it in the memories. And then Eugene and Spectre go at it. They keep fighting, and while they're fighting, Vermith is like increasing like the power of destruction into the Spectre, and he's just like supplying it with as much power as possible. Like test him. And Eugene's like, Vermith, you want to test me? Bet. And so they go at it, and Eugene comes out the victor.
Yep. Claps him.
It was a good fight. It was a really good fight. It was a fantastic fight.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Oh, also, while this is happening, the Spectre, there was a couple of, like, I think there was like 100-ish black wizards who were kept in the in Haria at the time when everybody escaped. They wanted to stay there, so the Spectre turned them into Nur, and they were fighting the Allied forces, and the Allied forces were like it was kind of like stalemate.
Yeah, it was mostly because Sienna was keeping them at bay.
Yeah,
they were definitely tough for them to fight.
Yeah, they said these Nur were stronger than the ones that Agrath or Molan had to fight.
Damn, I actually don't remember.
Yeah, they said they say that because they were, I think, because of.
It actually makes so much sense why they were struggling.
Yeah, I was like, they should have struggled, but then they were saying they were like way stronger. Maybe it's because he made them directly.
Yeah, he was like the incarceration.
Yeah.
That's probably. Oh yeah, because they did say like that. When the Demon King's asleep, he's just passively making them.
Yeah.
So it's like incarceration actively making them.
No, the Spectre.
Sorry, the Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre of Destruction. Or Spectre, Incarnation of Destruction.
Yeah.
And so he leaves, and one little touching moment before he like fully passes, he's like, I'm not gonna leave with regrets. And Eugene's like, shut up, you got regrets, bro. Tell me. And then the Spectre like passes him his regrets. So it was more like telepathic.
Yeah.
It was more like just like his eyes said a story. And Eugene's like, I got you.
And then he used his divinity to burn his ashes, which is like a funeral.
Yeah. Funeral back in the day, that was like help for like important people, which makes sense. You're burning them with the holy power. Like that'll probably have a little like side note later on in the story.
Yeah.
Right after this, the Nur just kind of dissipate, and the war is won. And Norgabella instantly. Oh no, Gavin shows up. Gavin or Gavin? I think it's Gavin, right?
I think so.
Alright, so Gavin is like, this man's way too strong. Way too strong. And he instantly is like, I gotta kill him right now. And he just like, basically jumps down and is like, I'm gonna obliterate him. Just like sword strike all the way. It's like a cloud. So if you guys ever played Super Smash Brothers, it's that like up down combo from Smash. Or when he's up in the air, he just goes down like. And I didn't like this part at all. Tell me how you feel. He basically broke through everybody's abilities, like Malkuth's, all the Archmages, Gilead, Sienna. That's the part I didn't like, Enemies, cause I feel like they hold her again.
Sienna, yeah.
Yeah, they said that he broke through everybody's ability, and he was gonna kill Eugene, and the only reason he didn't is because Eugene was like smirking at him, and then Gavin was like, "Oh, I shouldn't kill him this way for my own personal like," because back in the day they fought, and Gavin wasn't able to kill him, and he felt like he actually scared of Hamill back in the day, and he was like, "I need to get like my revenge and like actually kill him," and then so he stopped himself. But I think that was a hoe that Sienna wasn't able to stop him.
Yeah.
And then after they were like, oh, she held herself back. She didn't want them to see her full power. Eugene was gonna die.
Yeah.
He held back. I didn't get that.
Yeah, we do. Like she would have stopped him with all her might if he was actually gonna kill him.
Yeah, so I think they were just kind of like, I think that was just dumb. Like if I understand she was holding back throughout the fight.
Yeah.
But if Eugene was gonna die there, you should have put everything in it.
Yeah.
And you didn't. You're saying you didn't, but we all know you would.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of just like, they said that like Gavin broke through, and like everybody's powers, and then all of a sudden they're just gonna like power her up right after. Like, oh, she's actually holding it back. Like, that doesn't make sense. She would fight stronger to like stop him, and I think she could have stopped him, which is why I'm pissed about it. Like, that's why they hold her 3 times already, bro. Like, at this point, like, I get it, Eugene's the hero, but like, the hero had a party.
Yeah, the hero's party.
Yeah, like, I'm not liking it. That really turned me off.
And then there was obviously Norgabella,
Yeah.
who was quiet, who was ready to stop Gavin as well.
Yeah.
And then we had the next few chapters was with her and Eugene kind of talking about how she remembered everything, and she was just like, "Oh, I don't know how." She was like, am I really me? Are you really you? Like, they had a whole conversation. He was just like, I am me. You are you. I'm not Agaroth. You're not the Twilight Witch.
Arya.
Yep. She was just like, you know what? I'm still gonna kill your bitch ass.
Yep.
And
you better want to kill me.
Yeah. She was, and you know that he basically cheered her up, even though he could have taken advantage of her. She was just like, you're too nice. And he's just like, fuck.
Yeah. It was funny. We even got a backstory of the Twilight Witch when she was a child.
Oh,
How
yeah.
she grew up, which was fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a lot of inner turmoil there, but like they were able to get through it and they cheered up. And then basically after that, Norgabella leaves and they just like decide like, yeah, we're still gonna kill each other. Don't worry.
And then there's kind of just the cleanup afterwards of the war. They had only 100 casualties, which was
less than 100.
Oh, I thought it said exactly 100.
No, I think it said
less. Okay, well, yeah, they basically they didn't have as many casualties, so you know it was a good dub.
Yeah,
it was nice to a nice precursor of what's to come.
Also, right before Gavin leaves, he told everybody, not everybody, but like the strongest people there, he's like, if you guys were there 300 years ago, you guys would have been able to be a hero's party from how strong you are. Like, Avatar, how you say that? Is that how you say it?
Avatar, yeah.
Avatar, like Malekith, not Nice, but I'm forgetting the other girl's name. Christina?
Yeah.
Christina, like all of these people, like Ortis, maybe not Ortis, but like he's in the area. Like all of these strong people, their leaders, he's like, you guys could have been a hero's party. Like you guys are as strong as they were back then, which was pretty high praise.
It is high praise.
He said this is like the strongest era.
Yeah, well that makes sense because the heroes party, like they spread their legacies throughout the human race.
Yeah, so that was really cool to hear. That they're basically like all the other guys are as strong as like Vermouth, Eugene, all of them were back then.
It's actually crazy how much kind of like legacy gets highlighted here.
Yeah.
Because it kind of just shows like the culmination of like the foundation for the human race that's been built up over the last few hundred years. And now it's like through a war now, like they can fully like realize like kind of like potential they've been building up.
Yep.
Because obviously no one's ever fought a war like that.
And so we get the final chapter. It's kind of, we got cut off in the middle of it, but Gavin shows up to the Demon King of Incarceration in Babel. You know, he's at the 90th floor where he always stays, and he's never once gone to the 91st floor.
Never been called up.
No, he's been called up.
Oh.
But he's never ever gone of his own volition.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he finally goes up and he's like, "What's up, man? You didn't know this was a reincarnation? Like, I'm confused." And then they kind of go in a back and forth. And Gavin, I read a little bit like after because I wanted just to say like what happened. Basically, Gavin was like confused, and then the end of 500 is he's kind of like,
I want to fight Eugene.
Alright, then yeah, that's actually, I only read like the next part. That's all I thought it was. But yeah, that's it.
I thought they said in 500.
Oh, okay, well, I think he said it more clear.
Oh, okay, because he was just, he was like, I want to fight the hero. Like, his blood was boiling.
Yeah.
He's like, I want, like, from the war 300 years ago, like, he wasn't satisfied about, like, what happened. And the Demon King was just like, you know, as my blade, as the Duke of Helmuth, you can do these things, but what about you?
What does Gavin want?
And he was like, Gavin fucking wants to fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's great.
And then 501-9, remember, he specifically says, I want to duel Eugene. Like,
okay.
one-on-one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And, like, he wants to set up, it kind of, like, low-key implied. It wasn't implied, but he said he wants to fight him one-on-one. So, I automatically made the, like, reference that, like, they're going to set up a Coliseum. That's what my thought instantly went to. Like, there's going to be a Coliseum, Duke versus Eugene, and they're going to go at it, and Eugene might get, like, Priest to heal him, because the other guy has immortality, but other than that, they're just going to go at it. So, also during this, Eugene can now use the Divine Sword 3 times.
Yep.
It's going to just keep growing.
Also, the Divine Sword, multiple slashes could have killed the Spectre, like his essence, so, which obviously makes sense, because it was able to injure the Demon
King of
Destruction at his peak. So, I wonder if there's like a legacy where like Vermouth is being held or something. Like, I feel like there's some kind of significance of like him being at the sword slashes.
So people were saying that Vermouth is the Demon King of Destruction.
No, that's not.
So this is the thing. This is what Incarceration said.
No. Incarceration
is holding the Demon King of Destruction prisoner, but he's also no prisoner himself.
That is true.
And the Incarceration said about Vermouth that he wants this to end. He doesn't want to keep going through it anymore. So I don't know if that means he doesn't want to keep seeing the arrows keep going, like he's just done with like immortality, or like this world where like it's constant fighting and nobody wins. Like,
I don't think he's the Demon King of Destruction.
I agree.
I think he's at if he has he definitely has a relation to it.
Yeah.
I think at most he could be like some kind of fragment. Maybe he's like someone who he was before. You know, like a fragment or something like that.
Oh, like you mean like sort of like a mortal husk?
Yeah.
Demon King of Destruction before he ascended.
Yeah, and he like gained sentience or something. I would rather believe that than be like Vermouth is actually Demon King of Destruction.
Oh, right. I actually like that idea, because I couldn't think of what he was. I just literally could not think of it, but I like that. That sounds good.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like there's I think his body is definitely like
special.
Like, I feel like if you were to take a blood test, if it was possible with the Demon King Incarceration, I would see oh yeah, match.
Yeah. They said like the blood of the Lionhearts is not the blood of like a human.
It's not pure human.
Yeah, it's not pure human for sure. You know, yeah, that's just a lot there.
Yeah.
We got 125 chapters. Pretty much right now, Eugene's got 4 people to fight. Norgabella. I say her name so differently than you should. Because there's an I in Nor, and there's an I in Gabella. I think it should be like Noir.
No.
Giabella.
No, Nor's right.
Nor, there's an I in there though.
Yeah, but that's the guy's name in The Boys. That's how they pronounce it.
Oh, okay. And then Gabella?
I was just say Gabella. Is there an I in Gabella?
It's literally GIA. I just skipped the I.
Really? I've done the same thing.
I just say Gabella, and I know I say that, and I'm like, I don't care. But I wanted to say it here in case everybody's like, it's Giabella. It's Gabella. Sorry, bro. We retcon shit here. Okay?
Say, look, it's in the heavens.
Yeah.
1,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah. We put an extra 0 on there. 2 to 3K. Alright. But, yeah. So, that was Reincarnation. It was fire. He's every 50 chapters or 60 chapters from now on, it's going to be crazier and crazier. Like, Eugene is just powering up. And, like, honestly, with the strength he's showing now, I think when he basically fully becomes a god, I think, like, theoretically he should be equal to Agartha, right, becomes a god. But once he becomes a god here, I think he's going to surpass that. That would be something crazier than Agartha.
Well, because he's adding on his divinity to, his current power.
So I think once Eugene becomes a god, it's going to be like something else. Oh, also during this fight, everybody who was watching him fight, like Raphael, Ivatar, you know, Orpheus, everybody was like, holy, this guy is like not just a regular human, like I think he's like godly.
Yeah.
And then even Raphael, who was like a follower of the God of Light, he's literally the Crusader, like had that thought. He was like, this is blasphemous. And then the God of Light like increased the holy power of Raphael.
And he was like, oh wait, he was birthed by the God of Light.
Yeah.
And it's not blasphemous.
Yeah. Or he was like, it's not like that. It's like, it's not blasphemous to like think of Eugene as a god. And so basically, like, everybody after this is gonna like pray to
we're gonna have Ruri see the holy grounds.
Yep, grounds. Yep. So that's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. Who do you think? I think because of I read like that half chapter 501. I think he fights Gavin first, and then Norgabella, and then Incarceration, and then maybe Roman.
I don't know if he fights Incarceration.
He's fighting Incarceration, bro.
Well, because I remember because apparently what Vermouth said was that he, back then, they just wanted to, he wanted to climb with Eugene up to
Babel. Oh,
Babel,
yeah.
and like, he said like, we wouldn't have needed to fight him if he were there.
We would have just
been
success.
He didn't say why.
That's true. I forgot about that. They did say that. I was so confused by that.
I was confused by that too. So I was just like, oh, so is the reason why he's bringing him up is because of Agaroth, and he was about to be like, yo, look.
Maybe he was trying to use Eugene's soul or something as a payout or something.
Nah,
that doesn't make sense.
Because he took his soul out.
Yeah, I don't get it then.
Yeah, that's why I was confused because he left out a couple details. So I feel like maybe he doesn't fight.
Maybe Eugene low-key got a little destruction in him as well. So maybe they can do like a...
Oh, actually, his bloodline. Well, yeah, because technically he does, because of his bloodline.
Well, I mean, back when he was Hamel.
Oh.
Like, maybe after he fought Agaroth, like a piece of destruction kept in his soul.
Oh, okay.
And, like, they can, like, fusion.
Yeah.
And, like, not actually fusion, I'm just making fun, but, like, something about, like, their powers can resonate. And, like...
I don't think it's... I don't think he has a wisp of destruction. I think that when he becomes a god, the destruction, like, dormant in his bloodline, I feel like there's going to be some kind of clash. Not clash.
But there's going to be the thing of destruction.
Because, like you said, they're not completely human.
Oh, you mean Vermith's bloodline?
Yeah.
Because he's...
so I'm thinking, like, what if he becomes... he tries to become a god with his current, like, bloodline? Mm-hmm. Will there be some kind of reaction to it?
I see.
And will this reaction... It could be a good reaction that, like, strengthens him or something? Maybe he gets, like, some kind of resistance because he possesses the bloodline.
That's really good. I like that a lot.
I just thought of that on the spot.
That's really, really good. Because that makes so much sense.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because like his divinity can already slash through destruction a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like, now what if he truly awakens and that destruction in his bloodline has some kind of reaction that's just like, you know what? Now you got some immunity or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have like, you can deal more damage to it or something because like you come from the same source.
Yeah. That's such a good idea. I'm on that board, bro. I'm on that train. That was good. That was really good. That's what I said. We were gonna be more theory crafty.
Yeah, because I was just thinking. I was just like, there has to be something. Because why did he say that? Why did he say all that stuff? So.
Yeah. So we get that. We definitely know Sienna is gonna become like a god of magic.
Yeah, she needs to show up.
I want to know what they're gonna give the power up from Olin. If they're gonna give him a power up, because Ciel can like teleport him. From all the way from the end of the world to here. So I'm wondering if he'll get his own sort of power up or not.
Well, yeah, he will, because they said like he's stagnated or got weaker. Yeah. Even though I think that's
bull.
Yeah, but maybe the author is like, you're right, and then you know what? Now you're 300 times stronger. So
he's kind of ass pulling with the rest of the year.
With the power up. Yeah, only Christina and Anise have like been consistent.
Yeah, and she's actually been stated to be stronger than Anise at her peak as well. So it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Everybody's cool. Everybody went crazy. Let's see who else. All the dragons may be awakened for this final fight.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be up
because they've been in the cradle for 300 years.
Mm-hmm. They gotta do something. They're useless at this point.
Yeah, for real.
Ramirez is not. She's not
cutting it.
She's not a good representative for the dragon.
And then the red dragon, I forget her name. She said she wouldn't participate in the fight. Like she could not participate.
Yeah, she was like, "Who will watch over the dragons?" She was just like, "Bro, no one's coming to steal your dragons while we're fighting."
Yeah, they basically said that she's like a zookeeper, and like she feeds them, cleans up their poop, and just like cleans up the area and gives them food.
Yeah,
and like make sure they're safe because they're obviously like in slumber. And it's like, yeah, it's not that important, bro. Yeah, but it was crazy. It was crazy. Alacaster, with his Azid. I thought that was cool because he's at, like his bloodline started with some guy back in the day who ate Dragonheart and became like half dragon or whatever. So that's where they get their dragon lineage. And him getting an Azid, I just thought was really like fitting. Yeah, and I think he got like an extra layer on his empty sword during this fight too. I think he went to like 4 or 3.
I don't know.
Yeah, but everybody's pretty cool. I think Carmen hits 10 stars.
I hope so.
She's at 8. I think after this fight, she's gonna get 9 or something.
Actually, I forgot one funny thing. Because after Eugene revealed himself to Hamlet, everyone was like, the radiant Eugene Lionheart.
Yeah. And Melkin actually started the chant.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Wait, Eugene. So are you telling me all those times you were praising? Oh yeah, Eugene. After this, lets everybody knows he's Hamlet. Yeah. That was the important part. We missed that. Yeah, and Melkin,
we said it, but like we didn't really dive into it.
We didn't say like how many people he said. Yeah. It's fully out. And Melkin was like, "Oh wait, so every single time you were praising the stupid Hamel." That was you, the stupid Hamel, right? The stupid Hamel. She called him the stupid Hamel like 5 times to his face, and it was fun. I was like, "Stop. It's understandable. Leave it at that." And they like started doing this huge chant for Eugene. They were
Eugene
Lion. Yeah. They started at like first. Melka started with the stupid Hamel, stupid Hamel, stupid Hamel. And then it went to Hamel Dionys, I think is his name. Mm-hmm. Hamel Dionys, and then they went to the Radiant Eugene Lionheart, and then that was the chant.
Honestly, Radiant Eugene Lionheart is pretty cool.
I just wish they had a king to it, the Radiant King.
Actually, that'd be see, you're cooking,
bro. I wished when they said Radiant, I was like, I have that king, bro. I have the king, and it's fire. Well, they did it, and I kind of, that's my little record. Yeah. Every time I say Radiant, I'm like the Radiant King. Yeah, so their Reincarnation went off. Yeah. It went off. We got more of the ages next week. Anything else you want to add for damn Reincarnation? Nope. Alright, it's been episode 71 of Blind All Fiends. It's been Elmar.
Gamer. Peace.